Yo, what's good, YouTube? We back with another video. Hope y'all doing good. You feel me? If you rolling it up, get ready to spark up. If you eating, get ready to eat good. You feel me? Cause we finna watch some shit go down. We here with another video. We finna watch San Bernardino Gang War. 909 is dangerous. Feel me? I'm from the 909, so let's get it.
Welcome back to another
no
episode
gangster,
of
though.
Swamp Stories. For this episode, we head to a new area, but really a forgotten area. A city that is rarely mentioned, and honestly, that most people have probably never heard of. But before we get into the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you're new. Also, you can follow the Swamp Stories Instagram page where you can request an episode.
Shout out Swamp Stories.
Let me introduce you to the Inland
IE.
Empire, also known as the IE. Located about an hour east of LA, you have a huge
That's where
desert.
I grew up my whole life.
Dry,
the IE.
and that's about it. It begins in
We got
Chino
from the
Hills and
IE.
extends all the way east to Palm Springs. Then it extends all the way down to Temecula. The area is huge. In fact, the IE is larger than 10 states. It also has a population of just under 5 million people. That means that the IE has more people than 25 US states. So why is it that no one really knows about it? Well, there are two main reasons. The first reason is because it's overshadowed by LA. Everyone knows about LA and tourists come from all over the world just to see it. But no tourists go to California to see the Inland Empire.
Facts, no tourists is going to San Bernardino,
but I'm pretty sure no one has ever said these words before. Ooh, let's go visit the IE. Well, that's because there's really nothing special about it, and honestly, it's undesirable. Other than Palm Springs, if you even count that. But there's another reason people avoid the IE, and that's crime. But it's really one city in particular. Welcome to San Bernardino, the Stockton of Southern California. And before you go, oh, come on. No, seriously, San Bernardino is rough. Like even worse than Stockton. And also even worse than South Central, Inglewood, and Long Beach. Don't believe me? Let's compare the statistics.
I'm staying my ass in the house.
2019, San Bernardino recorded a homicide rate of 21.2. That's double the rate of Stockton, which came in at 10.8. And it's triple the rate of Long Beach, which came in at 7.3. Double the rate of Stockton, San Bernardino recorded a homicide rate of 21.2.
Homicide rate 21.2.
That's double the rate of Stockton, which came in at 10.8. And it's triple the rate of Long Beach, which came in at 7.3. And for Inglewood, well, get ready for this one. It's 10 times higher than Inglewood, which recorded a rate of just 1.8. That's even lower than Seattle and San Diego,
I'm just finding
the two
this
cities
out.
that do not appreciate
I'm over here
Swamp
thinking
Stories.
Inglewood.
Well, anyways, the point is that San Bernardino is serious. It's really like that, but it wasn't always like that. In fact, once upon a time, it was the suburbs. In 1976, it was rated in the top 10 best cities to live in. It was a quiet middle-class city, but everything changed in 1990 because that's what in the top 10 best cities to live in. It was a quiet. It's really like that, but it wasn't always like that. In fact, once upon a time, it was the suburbs. In 1976, it was rated in the top 10 best cities to live in. It was a quiet middle-class city, but everything changed in 1990 because that's when the railroad and Air Force Base closed. Tens of thousands of jobs were lost, causing many to move and others to foreclose their homes. So the price of homes became extremely cheap. You could buy a decent house for just under $100,000. And for many residents of South Central, Compton, and Watts, this deal was just too good to pass up on. On top of having a cheap big home, you could escape the crime-infested areas as well. You could raise your kids in a new environment. So thousands of people moved out to San Bernardino, but when they got there, they didn't fully realize what they had gotten themselves into. A declining city with no industry, like 0 jobs. Okay, that's an exaggeration, but it was McDonald's, the post office, or mopping floors. Sadly, this led to the same issues they had seen back in South Central, and San Bernardino began having quite the reputation of its own. One thing it's known for is the Blade. In LA you have Figueroa, but in San Bernardino you have G Street. There are all kinds of videos on YouTube about G Street. You guys should check them out. But that's only after you finish watching all 22 episodes of Swamp Stories, right? But also like LA, San Bernardino is split up by neighborhood and colors. So in this video, we're going to break it all down. San Bernardino is crazy, but before we get into it, let me run the intro. this video, we take you to the west side of San Bernardino. Let me introduce you to the California Garden Crypts, also known as CGC. Located right off of California Street, this small neighborhood punches way above its weight. In fact, they are the top ops of San Bernardino. They are represented by a rapper named Doggy Style. He has blown up over the past few years with many of his songs touching millions of views. But wait, he dresses like he's stuck in 2005. But honestly, there's something pretty cool about it. It really shows that he's true to his roots. And on top of that, his music has that old school feeling to it as well. He most likely got that from his dad, because that's who founded CGC. So for him, he was born into this lifestyle.
So his dad is the founder of CGC?
Well, CGC are nothing to play with, but neither are their rivals, and they have a lot of those. CGC are really the top ops of San Bernardino. Let me introduce you to the Delman Heights Bloods. Located just 2 minutes up the street from California Garden, you'll find the Delman Heights Park, and all of that area around it, you'll find the guys who wear red. But nobody has put on for Delman Heights more than a rapper named King Most Wanted. He grew up in Delman Heights but moved to Victorville at 12 years old. But even though he moved away, he could not stay away from his neighborhood. He's famous for a hit song called In My City. Someone told me it's the hot Cheeto girl anthem. Someone explain what that means in the comments. I don't know. Anyways, all jokes aside, this rivalry is serious.
I guess it's the most ghetto song.
Its mark on San Bernardino. I can't possibly cover every event that has happened, or else this would be an hour-long video. So let's get into the important events. February 1st, 2006. A group of teenagers from Delman Heights are at the Love One barbershop in San Bernardino. One of them is a 17-year-old named Jamal Hampton. Well, he gets his hair cut and then calls his friend Eder Rodriguez to pick him up after. Well, Rodriguez parks his car and the Delman teenagers walk outside the shop and hop in. That's when a red Honda Civic pulls up right next to them. They start talking crazy. Inside the Honda are a group of 15-year-olds from California Garden. Well, the Delman Heights teens decide to drive off, but so does the red Honda. They drive to the home of Jamal Hampton, but they miss their turn. So they make a U-turn when they notice the red Honda driving quickly towards them. So they pull off quickly and then the red Honda catches up and bam! Well, Jamal Hampton's friends, who just happened to be from the area just like him, they decided to tell police everything they saw. But police would not be able to find the teens for the next 3 months. The 15-year-olds decide to hide out until one day a report is made of a suspicious parked car, whatever that means. The officer then finds 2 boys, Dennis Reed and Ricky Woods, both tried as adults and convicted to life. That would be in large part because of the testimony of the Delman Heights teens. Thank you guys so much for making the right decision. I share this story to show you that this rivalry has no boundaries. It is all about territory and pride. So let's fast forward to more recent times in San Bernardino. Well, events like this previous one made California Garden the most feared in the city. They were out there wreaking havoc on anyone who got in their way. They expanded to over 200 plus members, including as young as 12 years old up to 50
when you're outside, you got nothing to do. That's all you do.
To 2011, a bad year for California Garden. The city of San Bernardino decided that enough was enough. They were in over their heads. It was going to take more than local police to stop these guys. Operation Squeeze Play, somewhat successful. They made 12 arrests from ages 31 to 42. They got the OGs, but that did nothing to stop CGC. That's because it's the young guys who are the ones sliding with hockey sticks, and they trip on everyone and anyone in sight. I am not exaggerating either. Anyone can get it. Don't believe me? Check it out. California Gardens are also rivals with the West Side Projects, which are located just 2 minutes east of them. So essentially, CGC is boxed in from the north and east. The West Side Projects wear all black. It's their color. So in West San Bernardino, blue is California Gardens, red is Delman Heights, and black is West Side Projects. March 5th, 2014, 12:15 p.m. 2 young men from West Side Projects are crossing the street. Keon Drake, also known as Kiki, and his best friend Enon Edwards, also known as Bubba. Well, when they cross the street, a car approaches, and bam! The aftermath. Here is where things get interesting. Driving the car was a CGC named Trevon Venable, also known as Trock. or T-Rock, one of the two. And in his passenger seat was his friend Elgin Johnson, also known as Mongu. Well, right after it happened, Mongu would go on Facebook and post about it. He would brag that he was the one who did it. Still, there would be no investigation on him, and it would stay that way for 3 months. May 24th, 2014. A CGC associate would be driving, and then he would change lanes without using a signal. Unfortunately, the police were right behind him, so he would get pulled over, and they would search the car and find a BAM machine. Can't believe I just said that. Anyways, in California, that's very against the law, but police would offer him a way out of it. They said, "Hey, do you know anything about what happened on March 5th? He would say, "Yes, I actually was right there when it happened." But he had one condition: drop my charges and conceal my identity, and I will tell you every last detail. Boom, done deal, let's do it. He would identify Trevon Venable as the driver and Mongu as the operator of the BAM machine. He would say that it looked and sounded like a deuce-deuce, and that right there is a DP off the rip. Well, he got the job done regardless. Anyways, police would have him text Mongu and ask him if he did it and why. Mongu would reply, "Yeah, I did it, and I did it for California Gardens." And boom, that's all it took. M1 with an enhancement added to it. He is now serving 129 years. And for Trevon, he is serving 40 years. I wish I could tell you guys who said all the information, cause I usually do on Swamp Stories, but in this case, his identity is hidden. Continual events like this are what got San Bernardino to call up the FBI once again. They needed another attempt to stop California Gardens. This would come after a wild string of events. March 14th, 2016. Middle schoolers Terrence Spears and his cousin Jason Spears would walk into the Circle K gas station on a Sunday afternoon. Just kids being kids going in to get some snacks. Well, Terrence goes inside the store and 12-year-old Jason waits outside. That's when a car pulls up and BAM! This event shook the community, to say the least.
A 14-year-old survived, but his 12-year-old cousin didn't make it. Well, tonight, friends and relatives held a vigil outside the Circle K store on Highland, where it all happened.
Rest in peace, man.
14-year-old Terrence Spears needed help to stand. Jason is seen on the right of this picture, Terrence on the left.
I still can't believe that he's gone. He was like a brother to me.
Overcome with grief, Jason's mom collapsed when she saw the candles and flowers for her son.
Why? Why is he dead?
Sad, bro.
Why did that happen?
Many neighbors voiced that same concern.
These last two weeks, especially this last week, there was 4 shootings within 7
that's just
days.
a little
We have to
kid,
take
bro.
our son to school, to the bus stop, walking back. He can't even be a kid anymore. These kids can't be kids anymore.
San Bernardino police admit there have been problems recently with street gangs, so they've stepped up enforcement with 8 extra officers on duty just last night.
It affects everybody. You hear the word 12 years old, and you know that it's a kid.
And these kinds of things would continue happening at the hands of CGC. A 17-year-old CGC member, Billy Ray Duncan, would go crazy. He was a San Gregorio high school student, but after school, his life was wild. July 20th, 2016. Billy will be driving around San Bernardino when he sees a 20-year-old girl named Jemiah Trammell. Without hesitation, BAM!
Bro, what?
Then,
These fools are just
later,
hungry
Billy
to kill.
would be back for more. August 10th, 2016. Billy would be
Are
at
they
the
just
intersection
killing- bro,
of
they're
Mount
just killing
Vernon
innocent
Ave. He
people.
would spot a 28-year-old named Alejandro Herrera. Without hesitation, BAM! So after all this, the FBI would step in and handle it. Operation No Boundary, November 14th, 2016. The FBI would arrest 43 CGC members and tie them to everything that happened. They really did a great job, I can't even lie. And this would be the end of CGC, right? Right? No, not at all. In fact, things seem to only get worse. There are dozens of events that took place over the next couple years, but one stands out more than any other. March 4th, 2020. A 15-year-old father named Devontae Washington gets in an altercation at school. Then it would take a left turn and BAM!
In school?
Teenagers
Whoa.
sit on the curb in tears. They set up candles outside the crime scene. shot and killed inside of it Wednesday afternoon. Their friend and fellow classmate, Devontae Washington,
and he has a kid.
soon to turn 16-year-old, was a young father to this precious little girl.
You know, she'll never get to know her dad.
You seem like a nightmare.
Washington's grandparents, who've taken care of him since he was a baby, are hurt that the shooter, who also injured 2 other teens before running away from the neighborhood,
bro, I ain't have no kids till I'm like financially stable or something, bro.
I can't see why.
So then I'll probably be like in my 30s or something.
I mean, have a fight,
yeah,
live to see another day, you know, but these people, these kids, they're not joking. It's like, this is it, it's over.
A 15-year-old from California Gardens would go down for it. August 28th, 2020. California Gardens rapper Doggy Style? Well, some bad news would come his way.
Damn, in a triple shooting.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in to another episode of Swamp
That's where that lifestyle leads you, you feel me? It's sad to see that, like, rappers nowadays, you know, they rap about, you know, all this killing, you know, all this bad stuff, and they earn all this money, and yet they still don't choose to move out the hood or choose to start their own business, or, you know, stuff like that, or just stay out the way. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know how Tupac carried himself? Like, yeah, he rapped about it, but, you know what I'm saying, he tried to teach the young youth to not be like that, you know what I'm saying, or to not live like that. Most of these rappers are rapping about it and living it, you know, not trying to change or pivot away from that lifestyle. But yeah, man, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If y'all did, like, share, subscribe, comment down below, and I'll catch y'all in the next video. Deuces.